Hi guys, so I'm back with another video today, and today I'm just going to be answering really some questions I've been asked on Instagram and my Facebook about my videos, what inspired me to start and how I started them, and what is my ministry, because a lot of people, they don't know that besides this YouTube page I've been doing ministry for years actually. So today I'm going to be talking from Psalm 23, and you can read the whole Psalm 23 if you want, because I love the whole Psalm 23, but it will be a lot, it will take a lot of time. So I'm just going to focus on the first verse. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. For me, when I first started doing ministry, for me, not because my grandparents forced me to go to church or to do ministry or whatever, which is how we grown up, going through being told you have to go to this place and do this, do that. And that is something that I've grown up doing. But then when I came to the UK, that was years ago, during my college days, I joined the Jesus Youth. I joined in 2010, and I used to do music with them. I used to do quite a few things and just learning and growing in my ministry and in myself. And throughout my university years, I've done the same thing. And then recently, 3 years ago, I joined Divine, which I've been doing my full-time ministry there. But today, I just wanted to talk about why personally I do ministry, what ministry means to me. Like I said, the first verse of Psalm 23, verse 1, it says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." So basically, ministry, it's always about responding to the calling. Sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do, because especially in this world we live in, we think after I finish my university, I need my career to be in place, I need to grow in my field, I need to grow in terms of capital and everything, which I had the opportunity to do all of that. I had the opportunity to grow in my workplace, but because for me ministry came first, like I said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It really wasn't an easy decision to make, because for me, I thought I had more to lose than to gain, because I would have had the chance to grow in my field where I was in, and also having to cut down from work. Sometimes it's not easy, because obviously when you cut down yourself from work, that means you don't have as much income as you would have, and you just have to survive on that. So there are times, I'm not gonna lie, even though when people do ministry, sometimes everything, it's not how you see people when they're speaking on stage or when they're giving speech or when they're doing their praise and worship or anything. There's so much that goes on behind as well, because our life as well, it's something that you have to pray about and actually grow spiritually on, because you still have to think about your responsibilities as a person, as a human being, and to think about the future. So like, where am I heading with this? Where is the direction the Lord is taking me? And sometimes you kind of find yourself fighting with your own thoughts, because you think, Lord, is this you direct me to this place, or is this just me and my opinions or whatever? And I think a lot of us, we all go through that when we question ourselves in our callings. So for me personally, I kept on holding on to Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd. As long as I know that in everything that I do, I know He's sufficient for me. I know He'll provide all my needs, because even though there are times where I feel like I'm failing the Lord in whatever I'm doing, because like I said, sometimes I get carried with that thoughts. But in 2 Timothy 2:13, it says, even though we are unfaithful, He remains faithful to us, for He cannot deny Himself. And when I realized that the Lord is always going to be faithful to me no matter what I've done, and also in Revelations, it talks about how the Lord is at the doors of our hearts, is knocking at the doors of our hearts. So I felt like it was my turn to just receive to that calling and open the door of my heart so that the Lord can enter my heart. And once you become one with the Lord, it's not so difficult to make a decision, even though when you feel like, how am I going to pass this stage? How am I going to survive the next phase of my life? It gets easy. It's not easy, but it gets easy as the time goes, because you know that You cannot make plans for yourself. You just have to go with whatever the Lord allows your life to turn to. He knows my tomorrow. He knows, this year has been the perfect time for us all to know that the Lord is in control. Because look at how much plans we all had in the past 6 months. We knew which way our 2020 was going to go, what plans we had about our future, or next day, or next week, or next month. But the entire world has been put on hold. Why? Because we think we have control on the things we can do and what we want about our lives. And sometimes we forget that to be in the place where we are, the Lord has carried us to be where we are. And when we just remember that, in everything that I do, let Christ be magnified. In everything that I do not say, let Lord be the center. This is why I recommend the most. I think everyone has been listening to this song, The Blessing, this season. When this song goes on about, behind me, around me, besides me, we need to ask Lord to be in everything that we do. And we need to ask Lord to be the center of our lives. That way it makes things easier. Of course, life is not easy, especially when you're walking in a journey with Christ. Life is not easy at all. But when you know who is for you, you know that you're a child of God, you know He is for you no matter what you go through, then you worry about nothing. You fear nothing at all, because you know that you cast away anxiety on the Lord and He'll carry all of your burdens. Then you don't have to carry the weight of your burdens by yourself, because you know the Lord is with you throughout. So I just want to encourage my brothers and sisters out there who feel like, I don't know what's my next move in my life. Just know that you're not alone. Even though for those people are in ministry and everything, they're still in the same place as you are. So you can do it. Just keep on relying on the Lord. Keep on asking Lord to give you strength to carry on to your next and next and next phase of your life. And let Him be the center of your life. Then everything will come together.